Salute Black Goose TV family. What is good with it? Happy Wednesday. Hopefully, y'all Wednesday is going absolutely amazing. Blessings, positivity going y'all way as always. But look, man, let's get right into it, man. We got some boxing news that I'm going to talk about with y'all. I also obviously want to get your guys' opinion on it. So, whatever I got to say, listen to it if you want, or just read the title below. Either way, make sure you guys drop a comment below so I can hear what you guys think about this particular topic, and maybe we can go back and forth a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That makes everything a little bit better when you can have a healthy debate, right? But what we're going to be talking about, man, as you guys can see over here with the article, as you guys can see down below on the title, hey, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather. It only makes sense, right? And the reason why I'm saying it makes sense is strictly because there is always, what do they say? Three sides to every story, right? And we've heard Floyd's side when it comes to the supposed rift between Gervonta Davis and him. We've heard Gervonta Davis's side as well, through a series of tweets, even some things he said at the press conference, podcast, implying that he feels like Floyd might be jealous of him. We've heard Floyd respond, a regular Floyd Mayweather or a usual Floyd Mayweather way, saying he's a magnificent fighter, a great fighter. We have no problems. I'd never be jealous of him, etc., etc. Basically smoothing things over, but keeping it short, sweet, to the point. Doesn't say too much, while Gervonta saying a little bit more than too much, in my opinion. But like everyone says, there's three sides to every story. And what is that third side that we are waiting to hear from? Me personally, I wasn't sure, because obviously there's so many people involved in, the Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, PBC camp, TMT camp, etc. So you can always have somebody from either one of their sides as a third party, or as a third, that's the third side of the story, whatever the case you want to call it. But in this particular instance, we have Gervonta Davis's longtime trainer, as well as what he says himself to be a father figure to him, Calvin Ford, man. We get Calvin Ford's opinion on the situation. And I love that we're about to dive a little bit deeper into this. And the reason why is because Calvin Ford, man, he don't got no reason to and also this, I've noticed from, he's a real straight shooter. You know what I'm saying? He's never over the top. He never puts himself into the media too much to be seen. When he is saying something, he's saying something because he means it, and it means something. So when it comes to at least reputation wise, and from just the eye test and just seeing Calvin Ford over the years, how he's worked with Gervonta Davis, the type of guy he's been in his life, and the type of trainer he's been, I don't see Calvin Ford to be the type of guy to give information that is like over exaggerated or heavily biased. I think he's just going to speak from the heart, to be honest. That's what I personally think. But obviously I can be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I haven't read what he said. So it could be the totally opposite. It could be totally, with Gervonta, or maybe he could be sided with Floyd. I doubt. But either way, let's go ahead and get into this article. Let's find out specifically what he said, so you guys can know. And obviously you guys can give me your opinion on how you feel about what he has to say. So this is from BoxingScene.com. Calvin Ford on Gervonta Davis' relationship with Floyd Mayweather Jr. We're going to make our way down here, and let's get an idea exactly of how Calvin Ford views the situation. So Ford told BoxingScene.com, it's about good business. The people in our circle who bring the business to the table, that's where the decisions are made. They, and he's meaning Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather, gonna always do business together because they're all in the same circle. So I don't know if you guys remember me touching on this topic a little while ago. I dropped a video of it. If you didn't see it, man, go ahead, scroll through that thing and see if you can find it. But I did say, even with the displeasure that is being voiced from Gervonta Davis, I do not see him leaving. Even though Oscar De La Hoya was like, hey, when you're ready, come on over here. When that fight is over, let's talk. Come on, Gervonta. Eddie Hearn was like, I would love a shot at Gervonta. Let's talk after. Even with these other promoters saying that we would love to have Gervonta Davis, I still feel like Gervonta is not going to leave TMT and Floyd. Like, that's his, like he said, they're all in the same circle. If anything, Gervonta is now old enough to realize that even though Floyd is in the same circle with him, they may be considered family, whatever the case you may want to call it when it comes to the relationship. He understands that he's at an age now where I do have negotiation power, right? I don't just have to go along with everything Floyd says. I don't have to sit here and be like, oh, well, you should only be getting this much for the fight because, look, you're making millions off of this. Gervonta now can be like, well, I already made that much off of my last fight. I feel like I'm worth this. He doesn't have to just, take whatever's, put on the table. Now he has negotiating power. Now he can put out, into the streets, say, yo, look, I'm open, I'm available. And now, when he goes back and he talks to Floyd and he wants to re-up, Gervonta said himself, he said, as long as the money right, we good. So it just all comes down to money. So when he comes down to that, he comes back to that table and he asks for that number, what he's going to be able to say and use as negotiating power is, well, if you don't want to give it to me, Eddie Hearn probably will. Oscar probably will. Bob probably will. Shit. Maybe I'll just give it to myself. I'll just go co-promote with somebody or something like that. Do my own thing, be on my Canelo side of the game. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's more so what the case is, more than this being a rift. I think it's just, business, negotiation, all that good stuff. Because as you can see from his own trainer, basically a father figure to Gervonta, he's saying that they're always going to do business together because they're all in the same circle. Also, what I can, read between the lines, he said business, right? He did not say that, Gervonta did. We definitely gonna resign. You don't have to worry about anything. We're not going anywhere else. This is where we want to stay as a family. He said business. So business can be a lot of different things. Business can be, hey, yo, look, a Canelo situation where, hey, I leave Golden Boy Promotion, I go to the Zone, and we do this co-promotional type deal where I'm getting 50% of everything or whatever they do, or whatever they ended up negotiating, or it can be another thing where maybe he signs with a different promoter, but there's something on the table where Floyd is willing to continue to work with him, to give him fights and to continue to keep the business in the family into a sense. So let's go on with this article. It says the same circle is a reference to Al Heyman, the influential manager and creator of Premier Boxing Champions, obviously. So the outfit under which Davis fights and person presumed to be in charge of handling the most consequential levers in Davis's career. Heyman managed Mayweather when he was still active as a fighter, obviously. So long as Davis and Heyman are on the same page, Ford suggested the quibbles with Mayweather should be seen as incidental, not existential in nature. So he went on to say, Al is like a dad to Floyd. Now, Heyman is doing the same thing for Davis. I look at the situation. Al is like the dad, and Floyd is like the uncle and trainer, Roger the Tank. You get it? And yeah, it does make a lot of sense. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what is going on between Floyd and Gervonta. It's just all about the money, like I said earlier. So as long as Al gives him the bag he's looking for, Floyd and Gervonta will continue to do business, right? That's basically what he's going to say. I mean, that's basically what he's saying. Continue to say you're going to see the differences at the same time. It's about good business. At the end of the day, look at what they've done together. They're the best in boxing. He went on to say Davis just wants to be able to have his say and learn how Floyd learned. What I say, look, I didn't even read all this, and it's time for him to really understand what he's doing other than just fighting. If you look how Floyd did his career, you got to remember them young men grew up looking up to Floyd, so they don't want the same thing he wants. Tank is just going through the same transitions that Floyd went through. Nothing different. Floyd said in his interviews that he respected talent, not the money. So that's the third side. They say there's three sides to every story. That's the third side when it comes to the supposed Gervonta Davis Floyd Mayweather rift. In my opinion, that's a lot of good information from Calvin Ford. He's basically saying, hey, you could just look at it as like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Your uncle who's watched over you or been a part of your life for so long, like y'all like family. So y'all gonna have disagreements. At times when you the younger dude, you're gonna feel like you're ready to make a step up. The older dude, the older brother, the older uncle may not feel like you're ready. And there's going to be pushback, disagreements, arguments. That's all part of the game, especially, when you have that type of relationship. And I think Calvin Ford is basically saying that's the type of relationship they have. So you don't have to look too much into that. He's basically saying all you got to worry about is business. As long as there's good business, the money makes sense. And there ain't no bullshit happening in the background or behind the scenes or no backstabbing shit. We're always going to see Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, TMT, PBC, Al Heyman doing something together to generate a great boxing event. That's what it seems like to me. That's what Calvin Ford is saying. It's also saying, obviously, Gervonta is getting older, and he's realizing, hey, it's time for me to kind of do my own thing in the sense of life after boxing. How can I do what Floyd did? How can I do what I see Canelo doing, et cetera, et cetera. Which I don't know. I think that's hey, man's got to grow up at some point. Gervonta, I think he's 26, 27 now, so this is the perfect time for him to do so. It just makes sense. So that's all I got for y'all when it comes to this particular story, y'all. As always, man, drop the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, because a lot of you guys actually do watch the videos and you're not subscribed. So subscribe to the channel and keep showing love, man. I appreciate y'all, BlakGooseTV family, man. We're growing like a motherfucker this year, and that's a beautiful thing to see. Let's keep it on. Let's keep going. Let's keep moving along. All right. So the people, I'm out for now, but I will be back.